Hello, welcome to another Action Week figure review. This is the Mafex 1760 Terminator T800 from the first Terminator movie. Top of the box, side of the box, back of the box, side of the box. So I kind of ordered this as well as a Terminator 2 Ultimate Terminator. Yeah, big giant photo from the movie in the back. And it will probably be the last Terminator Mafex that I order, because they recently reviewed the skeleton figure and it is extremely expensive. And since there are a lot more mecha Terminator figures and these will not match that scale, because I do have a John and Sarah Connor figure as well as many aliens figures from NECA, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm just not gonna try and match the scale anymore. And the NECA figures are also a lot cheaper. So today, not only we're just going to review the figure itself, we're also going to see, is this figure worth the extra premium price or premium cost if you are a big Terminator fan and you want the ultimate Terminator figure. So first things first, we have a action figure stand on the back, and it looks like there are lots of different pieces in there to assemble it. Looking on the front, open the tray, then we'll add. Right, aside from the fits already on the figure, this is something that Good Smile Company and Medicom Toys like to do now. They have these little pegs that stop the shrinkage of joints and peg holes. Anyway, we have some spray open hands, relaxed hands, one of these like kinda, like slightly less relaxed hands. Huh. Okay. And some gun holding hands. And speaking of guns, we have a revolver right here, and it's painted quite nice. We have that gun with a little scope on it. We see him use that a lot when he kills his first victims, if I remember correctly. We have a shotgun, automatic rifle, as well as this one with an extra clip on it. Do any of these have any articulations and stuff? No, these are all single piece stuff, which is actually kind of disappointing. With the Figma figure of the Doom figure, for example, his shotguns and stuff, you can actually cock the gun. And not just a Figma Doom figure, I've had Resident Evil knockoff figures and other knockoff figures that have articulated guns, and they're cheaper. So, hey, Mafex. I do want to take a closer look at these different faces here. So we've got a sunglasses face, neutral head, as well as a damaged head. So in terms of the NECA stuff, if you want him to look different, you can have it's a separate figure purchase, but you're still buying two figures. And on top of just the damaged head, the body is damaged too. Whereas here, you can have the damaged head, but the body's still going to look just fine. So in terms of Arnold likeness, yeah, this head is actually really good. I've seen some people post photos online comparing this figure with the NECA one and saying the NECA one looks much better in terms of the face, but no, that was just poor lighting. Under this light right here, I'm looking at this figure, and it looks brighter with my eyes than it does in the camera. This head sculpt and face is spot on. Now, the damaged head does look a little bit different to the regular face, but it actually looks more like that fake head that they use in some of the mirror shots when Terminator cuts into his eye to get it out and repair it, because they made a double head, like they sculpted his head, and there's a fake Arnold head when they made that movie. And this head, it looks a little bit off, not quite like Arnold, but it looks exactly like that fake head. So that's a very nice detail there. And one thing for sure, compared to the NECA one, is that we definitely know a bunch of these Japanese figures, by default, they should have better articulation. So Terminator, you got the top joint and bottom joint for the neck there, and looks really good. While you see the joint on the top of the neck, the bottom, because it goes into that shirt there, it actually doesn't look like there's a joint there. It looks like he's just moving his neck, and it looks, well, really good, actually. Got butterfly joints here. Oh, arms do come out quite a bit, but doesn't really go back, but does come out quite a bit. And the coloration difference between more rubbery texture and this hard texture for this in joint there is not too noticeable. You can pull over the jacket and see a little bit more of the shirt details if you want to. Swivel here, double elbow, hands on a peg and swivel. There's a little bit of rotation joint there just because they use a peg system. Oop. Go back in. It's better to pop out than break, huh? Torso goes, including the leg, doesn't really go back because the jacket gets in the way. How about forward? Okay, his tummy can bend a little bit. He's a Terminator, so he's not supposed to be that agile or has a low dexterity, as it were, but he still moves a lot. Leg goes up. Okay, ball and swivel system. knee joint. This one also swivels a little bit, but due to the molding of the plastic shape, doesn't move too much. Doesn't look too ugly, I guess. It's the worst one out of the lot. Yeah, it looks a little bit off, but that's fine. Top feet is on the port joint. It can go forward, back, swivel just a little bit, and rotating joint. I can't rotate all the way actually because the plastic once again will stop it and it will pop off. But it doesn't. At least it doesn't break. It just pops off. Toe joint that's really tight. Okay, yep. So can you do a rider kick? Yes, he can. So in terms of articulation, great. In terms of the face sculpts, great. The body itself, it's a little bit too clean for Terminator, some like a gritty horror movie, but I get it. In terms of Mafex style, it's okay. He would fit right in next to many different Mafex figures from maybe Star Wars or DC and stuff, and he would fit right in. So if you want to do Terminator versus Superman or Batman, this figure is going to be really, really good. The buckle's not even painted perfectly. So is this figure worth the premium price? I say for most people, no. Unless you're a hardcore die-hard Terminator fan, you must have every single merchandise format, or you must have an action figure that's really articulated, then no. Especially if you're living in the West, the import fees and stuff is going to be quite expensive. The NECA stuff honestly is quite good, and for the price you pay for it, you get a lot more bang for your buck, and they look decent. They got good sculpts and stuff. They might not have as good articulation, or they might have slightly less accessories per figure, but for the price of this one Mafex figure, you can get 2 or maybe even 3 or 4 different NECA Terminator figures. Plus, if you want to collect the whole line with different characters, different Terminators, the NECA line is to go. As nice as this figure is technically, it is just far too expensive for what it is, far too expensive considering all the options you have out there. Traditionally, with something like, I'm thinking the Dark Horse comics, Terminator crosses over much more with Alien and Predator and other like horror movies and gritty stuff. And I think since NECA does all of those, the NECA figures just match much better than this Mafex one. There are some small scale figures of horror movies and stuff that would match with, DC, Marvel. If that's what you're going for, then this figure is maybe a pickup. But for me, I already pre-ordered the Terminator 2 Terminator. But after that, I am not going to get any more Mafex Terminators. I have other figures I want to collect, other lines I'm interested in, and I cannot, for myself, justify the price that this thing goes for, when it's going to stop me from getting figures from other franchises that I also love. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, guys. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.